What's up, my friends? Tony here, and welcome back to another episode of TTBurger Game Reviews. And this is episode 146, and this is of my Driver Series review. This is episode 146, part 2 of 3. And we have a lot to talk about here, but those of you who missed what happened in episode 146, part 1 of 3, here you go. TTBurger recap. A recap to show you all what you missed in the first part. As I took a look at Driver, also known as Driver You Are the Wheelman, for the PlayStation, PC, and the Game Boy, and gave it a 9 out of 10 because it was a great game overall. It's just the fact that like the cop difficulty and the AI and stuff like that could be very aggressive, and the fact that like some of the missions were with the time-based stuff that were just a little too difficult and stuff, and like the driving physics were a little stiff. But for the most part, a 9 out of 10 is still worth because the game is awesome. Different making you all picking this game up. If you want a game where you drive around in a car doing missions and more and more. Today we're going to zoom ahead to the year 2000. This was right around the time the PlayStation 2 was on its way to be released here, and this game here was actually surprising that they made a sequel here, because I thought the first game ended perfectly, but I guess there's more room for improvement here, so we got it right here. This is Driver 2, also known as Driver 2. The Wheelman is back on the PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, called Driver 2 Advance, PC, and more. Look at the PlayStation version, the only version I have. Now, what is there to say about Driver 2, aka Driver 2, The Wheelman is Back? It's a good game. But this game suffers a few more problems than its predecessor, making the predecessor the better of the bunch. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a great game. It's pretty much expands on a lot of things, but there are some problems that were from the first game plus some more that kind of do prevent this game from being better than its predecessor, but that's just me though. The story of Driver 2, The Wheelman is Back, once again puts you in the shoes of Tanner, that undercover detective cop who instead of that, like how you played as in the first game. This time, Tanner is joined by his new partner, Tobias Jones, who's pretty much becomes a key character for the rest of the Driver series, and they are trying to hunt down a man named Alvaro Vasquez from Brazil, who's the leader of a Brazilian crime organization, who's causing a lot of violence in Chicago and other places and more. And they're trying to find out what's he doing here and stuff, because we first start off where they're trying to find a man named Pink Lenny who's pretty much in cahoots and involved with this Alvaro Vasquez, and it's pretty much like I was with the first game, hunt down Vasquez and more and more. And of course this game introduces one of the key antagonists of the series, Charles Jericho. And yeah, it's like Charles Jericho is where he gets his appearance there too, as I was saying there. The story is deeper, and I don't think the story is better. The story is mostly told through these pre-rendered cutscenes, which look fantastic for a PlayStation game, but I'll get to that later on. The story is awesome, and I loved it. The story is one of the things that they improve on here. The game's graphics though, are a hit or miss. It's like 50-50 for me, because like the game's graphics here, while like the cutscenes look great, the pre-rendered cutscenes look awesome, and they look, it's amazing how great these cutscenes look for a PlayStation 1 game and stuff, like the way like how realistic they looked for the time. The in-game graphics though don't really look that great. In fact, they look a little worse than they did from Driver You Are the Wheelman. In Driver 2, The Wheelman is Back, in-game graphics, the car models, a lot of the car models, while like they got detail to them, a lot of them are pretty blocky looking. Like you'd think that like, oh, since this is the next game, you'd think they would improve on the graphics, but just that the graphics here, like on the car models and stuff and such, just don't look that great. And also the frame rate doesn't really hold up either for the PlayStation version. Like the frame rate really slows down at times where it shouldn't be slowing down. Like you hit a jump or so, and you'll see that you'll see like the frame rate just like slow to a snail's pace. And like when you're driving around when there's a lot of traffic around you and stuff, and when you turn, you can see the frame rate stutter. The frame rate is not stable at all. I mean, when it is stable, it actually looks fine, but like the frame rate does hitch up a lot more than it should, and that is a shame because like the original game's frame rate was much better than this, and it's a shame because like yeah. And like also there are times where I've noticed when it's like when we're in a mission where it's like raining and stuff, the frame rate can slow down a little bit too there, like because of the rain or so. But that's just me though. I mean, like I'm not saying that it's the worst game ever, because it's still a decent game. It's just not as good as it was in the predecessor, because mainly because of the frame rate issue and stuff like that. It's like holy shit, like the frame rate does slow down like crazy and stuff. Is what I'm trying to say. But the crash effects, like the way the car looks when it gets damaged and stuff like that, like when you hit other cars stuff, the crashing look like the way your car looks when it gets damaged, so that like the damage effects on the car look awesome and stuff, better than they did before, and like of course it catches on fire again and stuff too and such, and yeah. But I also had to mention here that like this game you can actually get out of your car, and when you get out of the car, you can see how blocky the Tanner character model looks and stuff, but. That's just me though and stuff, because like there are pedestrians walking around in this game, and the pedestrians do not look the greatest there, is what I'm trying to say. But graphics, cutscenes look nice, but the in-game graphics could have been better, is what I'm trying to say. For sound, I gotta say I like the sound. The sound is one of my favorite parts of Driver 2: The Wheelman Is Back. And for like the sound, the voice acting is pretty damn good, especially Tanner and Tobias Jones actors. They're the best, and like they definitely improved on the voice acting. Definitely, like gone is that laughable, hokey porn star voice acting that there was in the first game. Here, they actually sound like legit people, and the actors do a great job at recording the lines, and they did a great job, is what I'm trying to say there, definitely. The music is awesome too, like you got a lot of these rock tunes like that, like sure it doesn't have like the 70s feel to it or so, but still like it's got like the rock tunes like that, and they sound awesome, like the rock tunes sound awesome in my opinion. And also like the way your car sounds, the car sounds better. It doesn't have that motorcycle sounding engine to it and stuff, which I didn't care and stuff, that I didn't buy. I was saying like they improved, and then the engine sounds more realistic too and stuff, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, that's what I gotta say there. Now, getting into the gameplay here, I will admit that it is a 50-50 for me too as well, because while I do enjoy playing the game, it's not broken or anything like that. It has some very frustrating moments here, and this is one of the main things that makes its game's predecessor better of the two, is what I'm trying to say there. But we'll talk about that as time goes on. For starters, like once again, you play missions in the car. You are in the car and you just go from point A to point B on the time limit and stuff. That's what you do. They got rid of, for those of you who did not like that tutorial mission in the first game, be happy, because this time there's no tutorial mission at all, and you don't have to do any tutorial mission to get into the main part of the game. So that is a plus there for people who did not like the training level in the first game. I didn't mind it, so I'm neutral on the whole damn thing. So I'm just saying there. But like yeah, but let's get back on track here. You go through 4 cities this time, like I said before. You go to Chicago, Havana, Cuba, Las Vegas, and Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. You're not just in the United States, you go all over to different countries here, so that's awesome as well in my opinion. But like, yeah, I'm just saying there. But like, I will admit this game also comes on 2 discs. That's how much content there is in here, like with the cutscenes and everything. This game has loads of content, or it's on 2 discs and stuff. And like how, because you can get out of your car this time, you can get into other cars too when your car gets damaged and stuff. And that's pretty cool too. Like, it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto 3 before Grand Theft Auto 3 and stuff, like how you get into other cars and stuff. And there's tons of cars driving around, so pick whatever car you want. Like pick your, like, stay with your main car. Pick Tobias Jones' car. So pick whatever car you want. You can you're the wheelman. You pick whatever car you want. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a school bus. It can be a cop car. It can be a freaking pickup truck with like exploding barrels in it or whatever. pick whatever you want. You're the wheelman. Pick the car. Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm just saying there, like a lot of cars there. And of course, like the game is actually pretty long. Like the game is long. Like it'll probably take about like 10 or 12 hours to beat. And after that, you got a bunch of goodies too. Like once again, the take a ride mode. You got some mini games and stuff too, and a lot to do. And once you beat the game, you unlock some secret cheat codes, like how you could in the first game, which I didn't mention and stuff. Is what I'm trying to say. And there's like so much content here to keep you occupied. And I said, I know what you're thinking. I thought you said this game was worse than its predecessor. Well, I'm gonna get to the bads here. First off, like I gotta say here, like I said, the game's vehicle physics are just not the greatest. Like, they feel more wonky than they did in the first game. Like, one hit, boom, can cost you the mission again. Like especially when it's a chase mission that you're doing, one hit, and boom, that's it. And the vehicle physics are just feel more wonky than they did before, is what I'm trying to say. The draw distance isn't the greatest. It doesn't expand very far, but still, like I'm not gonna take that more as a PS1 game. The controls are fine for that, but it seems weird to get in and out of a car. You have to press both the up on the D-pad and the triangle button simultaneously to get in and out of a car. And of course, like, while it's cool to be out of the car, there's not really much to do when you're outside of the car, except for like getting into another car. I mean, I appreciate the idea of it being realistic or so, but like, it would have been nice if there was more to do when you were out of the car. And also, Tanner moves really slow when he's out of the car. He walks very slow, almost like Aya Brea in Parasite Eve, when she walked so damn slow. He moves a little faster than Aya, but dear Lord, he moves way too damn slow. And thank God you don't do any on-foot missions. Can you imagine doing an on-foot mission and stuff and not having a car? Yeah, that would affect most people with the game and stuff. Is what I'm trying to say. And also the cop AI. The AI is just ruthless again. Especially like in certain levels when you have the felony on your tail right away. It's hard to lose the tail at times and stuff. I mean, I know realistic, sure, when you have a bunch of cars ganging up on you and stuff, yeah, that's a problem there. But my main complaint about the game is that like the game is the difficulty is all over the place. The first two missions are easy, and then like the fifth or sixth mission, the game's difficulty raises up and like gets much harder. And then, like, the difficulty is just all over the place, like a seesaw going back and forth over and over again. And there are missions where you'll have to replay a lot. There's a lot of missions you'll have to replay because a lot of people who are new to this series are going to be very frustrated because the difficulty is all over the place. I did not like the fact how like I had to keep doing missions over and over, all because I crashed or so, or because the cops destroyed my car or so, and just like the difficulty is all over the place. I mean, I understand challenge, but this is insanity. I mean, this is a very difficult, frustrating game, and you know what? I just can't believe how frustrating and difficult this game can be at times. Because like, yeah, sure, the first game was somewhat difficult, but it was nowhere near as frustrating as this game. I mean, this game just like, it just goes all over the place, like with the difficulty and stuff, and just like, yeah, I mean, especially like the chase mission stuff where you're trying to flee the cops stuff with that. Like, there is a mission where you're trying to escape this warehouse and going back to your hideout. The cops are already on your tail, and they'll be following you throughout most of the mission. And whenever you accidentally hit a car, your felony rate goes up. Or when you try to like when you try to escape and stuff, that they'll be ganging up on you and stuff. And this is one of the hardest missions in the game, so be aware there. But still, I mean, it's not the hardest. It's not impossible to beat. It just still could have been better. But like I said, there's still fun to have this game. It's not as good as its predecessor, Driver You Are the Wheelman. But still, Driver 2, The Wheelman Is Back is definitely worth owning in your collection. I have not played the PC version or the Game Boy Advance version. I do know that the Game Boy Advance version tried to take advantage of some like 3D elements like that, but still, I don't have Driver 2 Advanced. I don't care for portable gaming anymore and stuff. But that's just me though. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say there. So my final thoughts here are: you like Driver 2, The Wheelman Is Back? then you'll have some fun here, especially with the first game as well. So definitely pick this game up if you want some more Tanner action and stuff like that with being a wheelman, driving cars and stuff. Then this game is for you, definitely. Due to the complaints I have with this game, like the complaints I mentioned with the difficulty and the controls and the frame rate and everything like that, it's gonna be getting a slightly lower score than Driver, You Are the Wheelman. Driver 2, The Wheelman Is Back gets an 8 out of 10 for the problems I mentioned and stuff. That's what I'm trying to say there. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. We're not done yet though. For episode 146, part 3 of 3, we're going to be diving into the PlayStation 2 era of Driver as we take a look at Driver vs. 3, or as people call it, Drive-Thru, like it's like the 3 is the E in Driver and stuff. But yeah, like this is the last one I'm reviewing because it was the last game made by, be sure like the Reflections made Driver Paralyzed, we don't count that, but this was the last true Driver game by Reflection stuff, so that's why we're gonna end it there and stuff. So for like in episode 146 part 3 of 3, take a look at Driver 3. So which all I gotta say, those of you who enjoyed here and like what you see, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below, join my Discord group TTBurger Gaming Tonight, because I'm always looking for more people to join. And if you like this part of my Driver series review, check out part 1, links in the description below as well, along with the Discord code link to my group as well. But all I gotta say is Tony, peace and out, have a great day, and see you all in episode 146, part 3 of 3 is take a look at Driver 3.